Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to move a file from source to sync, but passing as a parameter this file name. So let's suppose that we have in our blob these two files, and we want to, every time that we upload a file here, just trigger an storage event trigger that takes the file name and it sends it to this blob, let's say, different container, sync container, and you want the same file name here, okay? So what I'm going to do is directly give you the solution for those that are struggling to see this. So it's as simple as creating a copy date activity. You need to create a trigger. You cannot put it as a parameter here, but you would need to set it up in a trigger. We already created a trigger, so we put new edit. We have this one. The trigger, it means that every time that we are uploading here, we want to send the file to a sync. So this is our specifications from the source container name. And every time a blob is created, a file is uploaded, we will send to the sync. Okay. So let's suppose that these are the two files that we have. And this is the step and this is the key of everything. This is the parameter that I will leave you in the description also in the video, and this basically will tell Azure that you want the file name. Okay, in our case we put it under our parameter that we created as well before, called input underscore file underscore name, and you would click OK here and you would have your trigger set it up. So every time that you upload a file here in this path, then you will move it to a sync with the same file name. Okay, so let's go to the second part of the video, and basically what we did is, if you click here in the emptiness that I like to say, you just create an input file name parameter with an empty value, as it will be filled by the trigger later. And later in the copy activity, we have a source. It's a simple CSV source that when we open, as we are taking the file name from the file, this needs to be parameterized. The way to parameterize this is in the same panel. Just go to parameters, create a file name parameter with empty value, and this is our source file path, because our container is called source, and let's say that the file name would be this parameterized item. So this is for the source. For the sync, we want the same, right? Because we want to take the file name from the source and put it the same as with the same name for the sync. So let's open the sync dataset, and what we configure is the same connection. The parameters, again, the same file name, dataset file name here. The difference is that this will be our sync container, right? Have our source container or our sync container here. We can already see that we moved this successfully before, and the only thing that we will need now is that, as well as for source as for sync, we will need the file name as we configured it here before in the source as a parameter. Now we need to put the same, but we are taking the pipeline parameters input file name that we have when we click here in the emptiness, we can see here in the parameters section. Okay, so that's it. That's how Azure Data Factory will read now. So when we debug, this will say, okay, so take the file name as the parameters input file, okay? And which is the input file name value? It's empty, but remember that as it has associated a trigger, the trigger, let's go again, we go continue, the input file name will be this trigger body file name, and this is nothing more than file underscore that underscore we want CSV. So that's how you do it. Thanks for watching.